we started late, we're going to try and speed through this because I think there's a demo at 8:30 and I don't want you guys to have to wait for him too. So first thing Josh is going to do is with this little handheld smoking gun, is just incorporate a little bit of earthiness into the mozzarella. So we're going to smoke it with apple wood. And with this gun, it's actually a battery-operated little smoker. So we put the wood chips into the top of it, light it, wrap the mozzarella up in the pan, and then actually incorporate smoke flavor into it. So when you eat the mozzarella, you get a different flavor, but you still get that rich creaminess that you expect from burrata. The next step is obviously tomatoes.
Sure.
We've got little cherry tomatoes here. Bought them at the farmer's market in Venice this morning. What Cole did over here was took the larger cherry tomatoes and we actually asked for the ugly tomatoes, like the really, really ripe ones. So if you've got all the ones that are falling in your garden, you're like, what do I do with them? They're too gnarly to slice and serve on a plate. They're ugly, but they smell and taste really, really good. What we did was we stuck them in a blender. We blended it with salt and sugar, brought it to a boil, and poured it into a coffee filter. And you end up with this clear liquid here that Cole's pouring into the pot. Now this is where we start to change the dish as you know it. He's pouring it over kombu. Kombu is actually dried kelp or seaweed. We're going to take that tomato water, turn it into a dashi by cooking with kombu and then steeping dried tuna, bonito, into it. This is actually what the bonito looks like. This is fresh bonito. You see it like this, I think, at the grocery store. With this piece, we're also going to make a garnish. We soaked this in sake for like 2 days. We steamed it in sake, soaked it, let it rehydrate slightly, and I'll show you what we're going to do with that in a little bit. He's going to bring the water up to a boil as soon as he figures out how to use the stove. Figure it out. Bring the kombu and the tomato water up to a boil. And once it comes up to a boil, we simmer it for about 15 minutes. Since we started about 30 minutes late, we'll go ahead and cut that step out. Everybody just close your eyes and pretend right now that this is simmered for 15 minutes. You see it simmering? Smells good, right?
Yeah.
All right, done. After it's simmered for 15 minutes, we are going to take some of that dry bonito because we don't want to use the good stuff for this. We're just going to take an infusion from this bonito. It tastes great, smoky, fishy. We're going to add it to it and let it steep like a tea. Some people, when they make dashi, they make the biggest mistake in the world. They leave the bonito in there too long and it gets very bitter. Dashi in Japanese cooking is very similar to what we use like chicken broth for here. It's a very neutral, very clean flavor, and it's the basis of a lot of Japanese dishes. We're going to steep that for about, how long, Cole? How long? 10 minutes, he said. He said 10 minutes. He said 8, but it's incorrect. We let it steep for 10 minutes. Cole Dickinson, ladies and gentlemen. He actually does cook for a living. Except not right now because he's unemployed. Like me. Once it's steeped, we strain it through another filter into a container, which we've done here. After we did that, did you already blend this? Okay. He's going to blend it with carrageenan powder. Now carrageenan is that seaweed, like on the coast of the Mediterranean that brushes up. They use it as vegetables, like in Ireland when they didn't have a lot of money back in the day. They needed some vegetables, some green vegetables. They started eating this off the coast. Well, it's very gelatinous actually. We buy it in powdered form. So we're adding seaweed to seaweed basically. So we're not adding, a lot of people are saying, oh, this term molecular gastronomy and all these chemicals and stuff they're putting into the food. All the stuff that we use is natural. They're like natural food additives. So this is basically just dried seaweed powder, carrageenan, that's blended into the tomato water, the bonito, dashi. It's about 1%. So for 500 grams of liquid, we added 5 grams of carrageenan powder. He's going to blend it. Blend it really, really well to incorporate the powder into it so it hydrates properly. Once it's hydrated, we have like 10 minutes here. Faster. He's going to bring it up to a boil in the pot. That's going to activate it. And what we're going to do is actually take that liquid and encapsulate it on the outside of these cherry tomatoes, which we've just peeled. So we blanched them, boiling salted water, peeled them. We are then going to encapsulate those tomatoes inside of the dashi that we made out of the tomato water. Where did they go? Don't leave me by yourself. I'm getting nervous. You gotta turn it on too. Okay. While he's doing.
Two down.
Maybe Because I used to sing and we're going to church now.
And let me tell you something, Mary. It's